Well, roping is when you get out there and you can't hear the horns honking, you can hear the birds singing, and telephones aren't ringing, and you get to do something that you like. It's only like a 10-second thing, but it's exciting. I started roping in 1980, and so most of the time my activity is roping. I'm not a professional by no means, but I've done enough where I'm competitive. I was born in Oakland, California, January 13th, 1942. My dad was an iron worker, construction worker. When I was 3, my mother and dad got a divorce. And then my dad remarried a lady named Rosie. During the time when I was growing up, I went to 36 grade schools. One time, my dad had given my little sister and me away to a school teacher from Arkansas. Couldn't afford any shoes, and we would walk barefooted to school. It was like 1.25 miles. And one time I came home, my little sister got in an argument with the lady that was taking care of us, and she started beating my sister up. And so I pulled it over they had a bunch of cans on some shelves. I pulled it over and stopped the fight. And that night we're on a bus back to Oakland, California. My mother came by one time and said she'd drop me off, and my uncle was going to school at ASU, and dropped me off and said be back in 10 minutes. She didn't show up for 5 years. Taught school for 26 years. I've got a garage I've had since 1978. We just have a little small family-run business in Taylor, Arizona. I felt like I did a good job, and I think probably the reason for that was my childhood, because a lot of things happened in my childhood that I won't even talk about. But when you teach kids in school, you have to acknowledge what their faults are and what their qualities are. And there's a place for every one of them. If you fail in something, you just got to get back up and start all over and do it again. I've been a mechanic all my life, and when I was growing up, we didn't have things to eat. We didn't have food to eat. So I think that if anybody can take care of their family, give them an education, teach them respect, and I think that's one of the major things in life. I never degrade anybody from their lifestyle. If they need help, I'll help them. If they're a good person, take care of their family, and they come in the shop and they need a set of tires and they don't have any money, we'll work it out. We'll make it work. So I just want people to think that we ran a good, honest business, and have a good family.